Hey guys, what's up? We're going live. So let's do a quick mic check. Hello, YouTube. If any of you up, no, I'll go to my own homepage, my channel, go to home, videos, live. Mic check, mic check. Okay, I'm live. Shinobi 1 is here. Hello, Shinobi 1. See who's else is up. Oh my god, Shinobi 1, what time is it there? Like fucking 10 a.m.? But guys, I'm back. So, what do you guys want to chit chat about? Georgia fucking Guidestones? I've seen the evidence too. It wasn't a lightning strike. Some motherfucker bombed that shit. I'll add the link again. I'll post it in the chat, and in case anybody else is around. So feel free, guys, to jump in. The links are popping up. Everything's all good. Yum Joy, where are you from, by the way? Where have I been? It's a good question. I've been recuperating from an injury, actually. But if you would like to talk about it, I'll tell you all about it. I sustained an injury. I dislocated my elbow, guys. Did you even know that that was a thing? Yeah. Apparently, the doctors told me it's a very rare thing, and I managed to pull it off somehow because I'm a fucking dumbass and a klutz. So, yeah. So I'm kind of in a splint and treating my wounds, but other than that, I'm doing all right, and I'm keeping up with you guys. I just can't type as well, so that's the reason why I haven't been all around. But I'm still in all you guys' streams, grabbing new wrenches everywhere too, and shit like that. So, guys, it is what it is. All right, hold on. Let me share some links on my phone. To a couple of my guys. See if I can get Undead Chronic in here. Hmm. Okay, it's been you were in a breakdance contest. Yeah, yeah. But unfortunately, I only breakdance on drywall, not cardboard, and I sustained an injury. I'm okay though. Okay, let me see. Oh, you know what? I should be able to get this on YouTube. 'Cause I should be able to get myself live. Yeah, no thanks. Dumbass. Okay. Alright, now I should be able to share this with my buddy. Chronic. Because I'm pretty sure he's still up. Because he's West Coast. we always kind of gotta share these things, and should I'll share it on Discord too. Whatever happened to Flanders? You know, I thought he was gonna go live, and Chris Mitchell too. Let's see if I can get this. And there we go. Here we go. Where is Chronic? That was on the call list. Some recent. No, there's Chronic. Share link. Okay, there we go. We'll share it to. We'll go Discord and see if the Mitchell, the Emperor is up, and we'll see if Dak is up too. He might want to join in on this. All right, where the hell is it? Well, that would explain a lot. he, well, he is the butthole commander, so we'll see if we can get the rest of the boys in, and keep it up for an hour and whatnot. It is what it is, guys. So I'll share it to Dex. Yeah, he's still up. And the Emperor, if he's still up. We'll see if we can draw in Scotty, too. Oh, we got somebody in here. Oh, there's my guy. Chronic.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, in this crazy LA dystopia that I'm about to leave once again. I'd be bouncing from city to city because that's just the way my hustle's been going on top of discovering the cheat codes of the Matrix. So I can't regret putting in the work I did on YouTube, even though it did come a time where I had to shut it down just because I couldn't take it anymore because it's like, oh, it's only reaching this pretty much the same echo chamber audience. And ever since hindsight 2020, I think everybody who was meant to figure out the truth has. So I'm pretty sure everybody in here is doing as much preparations as possible. So props to everybody here in the chat watching and joining the stream.
Hey, hey, Shinobi One remembers you.
Oh, of course he does. I remember him. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah. Before 2020, yeah, we really saw how the manosphere was actually OG as fuck, and then boom, it's just one big portal just opened.
All right, hold on. I'm still sharing some links, so would everybody see who I can get in here? But I'll see for the good mothers. All right, so we'll hang out for a bit, about an hour or whatnot. Chronic, if we'll see who else comes in, but I kind of shared it across and stuff like that. So always a pleasure.
Definitely. So didn't expect to come on this late, to be honest, because I mean it's 12:10 in my area. I'm already tired just because it's just been a constant cycle for me. But I'll tell you what,
It's only 12:30 your time.
I've been working since 8 a.m.
Yeah. So have I. We've all been working. And Riggs, if you want to jump in, the link is in the chat. So
I've been working since 8 a.m. I'm high as fuck. Probably gonna do one last trip and head towards the crib. But yeah, thank God for mobile phones. I guess that's one good thing about this digital age. There's a lot of good things about this digital. It's just a big double-edged sword that we got to use, just the right way, basically.
How Chronic, the best thing about this stuff is I can go live at any moment, anywhere.
And connect we're all around the world. I mean,
as long as I have my mic setup and whatnot.
As long as you have
I
a
have to
smartphone,
recharge it because I
it's really
said
cool.
I had to recharge it because I was on fucking like 2 channels on before this, and I got a shitload of channels to branch and go about tomorrow. But it is what it is. We do what we got to do, right?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. I just been call. It's just been. I just been inside my inner calling, so to speak, just to prep the fuck up. Because I mean, just spiritually, I mean, money can't really buy like connections like this when it comes to the truth. I mean, it's just pretty much how energies and frequencies align. I mean, Tesla was onto something when he said that.
Oh my god! Like if anybody wants to join into this chat and Shinobi 1, you should get into this chat right now because fucking Chronic is all about fucking connecting the chemtrails, the fucking all the other bullshit, and how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, and battle chickens because I want them.
I mean, they definitely like the pollution in terms of how like the visual pollution over when you go into LA. I mean, it's like you have to wear sunglasses at certain times of the day to really get some visual clarity. It'd be like that in this state. Because usually I try not to wear sunglasses just from the simple fact that you're blocking the sun rays from coming into your eyes. And UV is actually good for you. So I don't think this pollution is just UV. Yeah, I'm just rambling.
Yeah, right.
This is just the mad ramblings of some chronic smoker who's been telling truth for a good handful of years so far. Yeah, you gotta get a little crazy when it's 12:39 in the morning.
Hey, hey, PWS, if you want to join in, the link should be in, right? Is it linked or not?
Is it Earth flat or is it hollow? No, it's a steaming pile of shit. That's what it is. I think that lives up to your name quite a bit as well.
Okay, you know what? Did I pin the comment? Let me pin the comment for everybody to join in because it should be pinned on YouTube. So if you guys want to join in, man, you guys are more than welcome. We'll be on for about an hour, and great to see all you guys too.
On the bright side, though, I mean, there's a lot of good to be had in this roller coaster of a matrix.
Well, you know what? Shit happens, right?
I used to have a friend growing up in high school. I mean, that was pretty much his catchphrase.
Hey, so Chronic, you're still in LA. When you gonna work your way back here, or are you coming back here?
I'm trying to leave the state like by Monday.
California, you're saying, right?
Yep, it's been a while. I mean, I've been here for a while. I'm sick of the. I can't stay in one location for too long. I get tired and bored.
Where are you going to next?
I mean, heading east, most likely your way. So that's as far as I'll say on here. You know the deal.
Yeah, I know the deal, man. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get Cowboy in here. I'm gonna post some links. So talk a little bit, right?
Sure, for sure. I'm gonna mute my mic just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Well, that's fine. And all right, pooping while standing will come in a couple of minutes. Everybody's working their mics up. Oh, let me get my YouTube link. There we go. I got share again. I think.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
can't
god, my elbows.
too much, but I'd rather do it now than wait till the Fed coin comes out next year, which is gonna fuck with a lot of people's money.
That's not good for anybody at all.
Oh well, if you know how to follow the money, though, you could take advantage of the time we're in right now. And if you know how to follow what the Fed's doing, I mean, what's that?
Oh, hold on, I'm trying to post the link. I think I got it. Maybe. No, I didn't. Where's the paste? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Oh, Doug is in here, huh? Doug, I made you a wrench, by the way. Did you notice that? You can come in too. Doug is one of our brothers from Australia, I believe. I could be just drunk and not know. But yeah.
You're drunk, I'm high, and I'm in a freaking spaceship at night. Just cruising all around these streets.
Why doesn't that surprise me at all? Cowboy's in here. Hey Doug, how are you?
I'm good, Polska. How are you, brother?
I'm very excellent. I'm back.
I'm glad, and thank you for the wrench. I appreciate the gesture. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I know. Last time I was on, that was my 4th of July stream here.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like bouncing it in and out, and I wrenched you guys while you guys popped in and out. So you didn't even get the notification, did you?
I don't think I did. No.
No, but I knew. Like I wrenched you and Hemi and Tim Sokol and all you guys who've been here all the entire time. Cowboy, if you're up, join in, man.
And is this oh, I can't remember, Chronic, what?
Blast, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Great. I mean, I used to be in the Manosphere for a brief moment in time around between the years of 2020 to early 2022. Well, not just doing that, just telling truth, full blast. I mean, that's part of why.
It's awesome. I think I have talked to you before on Polska's stream. I forgot what your name was, man. So I'm sorry about that, but
no worries.
Actually,
dead in the YouTube space for a while just because I just be focusing on myself these days. Because I mean, I pretty much have all the answers, and I mean, the people who have woken up, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're working to strive for the same goal.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah.
It's just a,
actually, Doug, Chronic and I.
I'm going for truth, not this left-right bullshit that people are getting trapped in.
No, yeah, I'm following your path on that direction now too. I am starting to wake up to the reality. It is all bullshit.
It's literally right in your face now.
Actually, Doug,
if you heard what the New Jersey governor or I don't know if it was a governor or somebody, maybe it was a governor, pretty much said that it's unbelievable that these Second Amendment rights should be a privilege. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, over you can have, yeah. I'm not anyway.
Hey, Chronic, Chronic, how long was ago when you and I had some beers and a sandwich? Was it like 3 years ago?
I don't think it was 3 years ago. It had to be 2020,
maybe.
At least.
No, I think it was. It was pre-pandemic. I think it was maybe 2019. Actually, Chronic and I kind of live in the same. Well, he did. And Chronic and I met in real life. He was my second YouTuber I met in real life.
That's awesome.
For Mr. Elite, that's amazing, man. That's pretty lit.
And Doug, he is the coolest kid ever.
Huh.
He's like a young kid, and if he knew what we knew, and he knows it at our age, this kid's way ahead of his time.
Oh man, thanks, Polska.
Yeah, it blows my mind. I mean, the only thing is, we can't be stuck in the idea that our people in our generation are completely wiped out, or else we're gonna just manifest that in our head and disregard the fact that these people do exist. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing
Yeah,
students like even younger than me that are actually discovering psychic abilities, and yeah, that realm of reality is very real as well.
yeah, it is. I mean, clairvoyance and
It's in
things
the
of
movie,
that
so
nature.
why is it in the news? And I mean, I literally mean that quite literally. We're
Mm.
supposed to be Supermans in this.
Hey,
If you like, just think about 100 years back in terms of how strong they were back then. Think about 500 years ago or 1,000.
hey, Chronic. Remember what I said to you when we were, fucking having beers and eating sandwiches, and I said, look around you, everything around you, the ground, the buildings, right? Everything underneath your feet, right? It was built by men. We built it all. Just look around you. All this is built by men.
Every brick you see, man, put that there for. I mean, yeah.
And when you
So
think about it,
we can be the change we want to see in this world. So never doubt yourself. That's basically the message right there.
well, and
Well,
hey, Polska, and
yeah, go
and
ahead.
why did men resort to their energy, their sacrifice? Why did we do it?
To make civilization safe for the women and the children.
Well, yes, exactly. I mean, yes, indirectly, but yeah, it's like we looked at it as a way in which to prove ourselves to other women so that they would find us palatable as a mate. So I mean, we served our own self interest. We wanted to get that peace leave, and we knew in order to get that, we needed to compete against other men. But women don't recognize the sacrifices, contributions that men have made to make their lives easier. It's like once that bar is set at that level, then it's like, well, that was yesterday, or that was like a month
Yeah,
ago, that was years ago.
yeah, pooping. That's when hypergamy kicks in, right?
Oh yeah.
Time to live right now, just because I mean everything's coming in full circle for people to truly come to their senses of what they really need to be doing in this life.
And
Yeah,
you know what? And you know what? The funny thing, pooping is that hypergamy is not a bad thing at all. Right?
no, we wouldn't live in the
It
society
got
that we
us
live
all
in.
here, right?
Absolutely. But
We
it's the
wouldn't be here if it
ungratefulness,
wasn't for
it's the unappreciativeness of recognizing the male sacrifice in order to make, women's lives and our children's lives better. That's where I get so incensed that
Literally taking their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand firm with an iron fucking fist, because if you can, it's game over.
yeah, no, crime. Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know what.
Oh my
you're-
god,
I'm-
are you battling a dog in a washing machine pooping while
Yeah,
standing in bed?
that's my 18-month-old lab.
That's awesome.
She's on a tear right now.
Oh,
Her name
that's
is-
awesome.
Her name is Stoli, and I called her that, or named her that, because she's a licker, which I thought you would appreciate, Bob. So yeah, no, she's I'm surprised you guys can do it. So yeah,
Oh
she's
my
got
god,
one of
is
those
there a bell in there now?
No, she's got a con toy that's full of treats, and she's like, "Dad, I'm fucking hungry. Feed me, play with me, do something. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're still up and you're drinking. I'm bored."
Pooping while standing, it's called Last Call with Polska, and it starts at 2 a.m. So yeah.
Hey, brother, this is the first time. I you see my messages on chats or whatever.
I'm glad you could join us.
I was shocked. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna, I woke up and I'm gonna, have a couple beers and probably go back to bed. And I saw it. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe, because I subbed, unsubbed, hit the bell, changed that. I did everything possible, and I just kept thinking, man, you have too small of a stream or subscribers in which for Susan to have her eyes on you. But it made me wonder.
Well, thanks
no.
for joining us, man.
No, absolutely. I appreciate the brotherhood.
Yeah, we need brotherhoods like this so people can understand who they truly are. That's just the bottom freaking line.
Yeah, no, and I think for me personally, like I went through the Red Pill Awakening. I listened to Tom Likas back in the day, and
the gateway drug of all we know.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Like,
love
yeah.
Tom.
yeah. Well, Yeah, Tom was great until he went into politics, and then I was like, all right.
Well, I
So,
mean,
yeah.
them boys in one way or another to be in that position, and well, you found out where his compromising spot was.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he went
yes.
off the rails in politics. I think.
He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's sold out.
Yep.
Guys,
Yep.
give me like a 5-minute break. I gotta take a piss and have a smoke. All right, you handle the show.
Hey, nice to see you pooping while standing.
Yeah, you too, Dave.
It says in terms of his advice when it comes to women, though, even to this day.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's excellent. It's good. I mean, it's not monk mode, but that's okay. Not everybody has to go monk, but if you do, that's good. You know,
We're not supposed to be like against our nature all the time. That's not a good thing. I don't like, in my opinion, but yeah, I understand
sure.
how this matrix has trapped a lot of people, and that's why I'm trying to learn the cheat codes. And
Yeah, like the ABACAB, you know, the blood code from Mortal Kombat. There, but yeah, you want to know those cheats.
Well, and I don't know if you guys, but I was listening to Tom back when I was living in LA.
right now, because the whole network got shut down. I mean, they had like an outage for, I don't even know if it's still going on, but yeah, they can't even call They can't even call 911. So it's kind of hitting the fan over there if it hasn't already.
Well, and I don't know where you guys stand on a lot of things, but like I watched something on a Daily Wire earlier tonight about the new president and the compromises with China, and I'm not very educated up on it, but it seems like our country's being sold out. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Biden sent 1 million barrels of oil to
We've
a
been-
Chinese company, of which that
Very long time. I mean, this is just it's just right in your face now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just sad it took like decades upon decades for people to realize it. Even before.
What's weird for me is I never voted in my life until I did vote the last election, and that was the first time.
I just choose not to do it because it puts you on a list, and that's how the government kind of has it, puts a database on you. Your beliefs, because I mean that's where we're headed. We're headed to a world where you get rewarded not based on money, but more so compliance.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
And with the Fed now, I mean, with the Fed now service, which is going to replace the dollar. I mean, well, the dollar is still going to exist in a digital form, but yeah, it's kind of like it's going to really be a pay-to-play system at that point. Yeah. It's like the money could be time-based, possibly. And for the future, and they want the middle class to be a bunch of millionaires. Right.
Like, because where I live, and I've been watching the last couple of streams with Surreidis over there and the Gray Ghost, and they're talking about the different generations and all the shit that happened with Gen X and the Boomers and now the Millennials, and they're making some really good points because I'm in a millennial generation where I'm working a quadruple amount of hours, and I can't afford what the previous last two generations had on less than most of the work that I'm putting in right now.
I know how much of a rat race it is already for just one person to really, sustain himself and thrive. So the problem with people having families is they completely do it wrong. They literally just feed them right back into the fucking matrix.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point then?
Yeah. I don't know.
And it started with the fucking boomers. They thought they could just sit on their ass and let the system take care of itself. Well, they literally surrendered all their fucking power to these fucking corporate motherfuckers instead of passing it on to us. They got fucking labor and caused a domino effect. So we're basically everybody's to blame. There's no left, right to blame. It's all of us. It's we the people.
Yeah, it seems like it's all. I don't know how you feel like about shit rolling downhill, but it's like every generation is progressively getting worse. At least, and not worse morally, I don't think, but
So
it's like,
it depends on the people we're talking about here. But I
yeah,
mean, it's all of us in one way or
I
another,
mean,
depending on your race, the environment you're in, just the situation of who you're born as. Yeah, there's a lot of circumstances that are out of our control.
mm,
well, I think there's a very common thing that's going on here is nobody's willing to take responsibility for all the fuck ups that happen, right?
yeah,
Politicians, right? They need to be hung
The
in the
crazy
public square.
and they expect crazy. They expect the crazy.
The
you-
women's. Well, of course, they have no accountability. That's their fucking kryptonite.
Most,
That's
yeah,
for
most,
sure.
a lot of, pretty much most women are. There's some that aren't, but there's a degree of nature where they're like that.
Oh my god!
yeah.
Hey, Chaos is here. Hey, Chaos, jump into the stream. Link should be up in the chat.
Speaking of chaos, yeah, where are all the women at now to stir up chaos? They all of a sudden got funny. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
But yeah.
they're twerking. Yeah, right on the guide stones, right?
Hey,
Whatever.
man, Polska, it's nice talking to you again, man. Yeah, I'm just drinking some whiskey right now.
Awesome. I'm drinking some beer. I'm kind of relaxing and recouping from my injury, and because I did sustain an injury, and I will tell you guys about it on Reverend 20's stream tomorrow. All right, that should be about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Nice.
Guys, I dislocated my elbow. Did you
Oh.
even know? Did you even know that could happen?
Oh,
Hey.
well,
Polska, hey, this fleshlights, you need to go a little easy on him, man.
I wish it would have happened that way. Needless to say, I was in an ER within like 20 minutes and spent like 4 hours, like 6 hours.
of course. Yeah.
But I'm recuperating fine from it. But
Constitution
needless to say,
Nation on Kingsley and 6th Street. Very
needless to say, I couldn't take any time off because we're men. We have to work, and
Yeah.
that's what the fuck we do. We
Yeah.
build everything around us. Look, Chronic.
Well,
What did I say to you back in the day? Look around you. The bricks, on the building, the mortar that's in there, the asphalt that's on the street, the fucking sewers that are underneath, pooping
Yeah.
while standing, everything you do, right? Fucking the infrastructure, the medical infrastructure, the syringes, all that stuff, everything. Who built it all, right?
yep.
We did. Men, we did.
And
now-
and Polska, I don't think that any man, I mean, we do enjoy the satisfaction of a job done and a success achieved. The issue that I have with so many women today is like, well, yeah, you're a man. That's what you should do. But God help us if we're like, but you're a woman. You want us to act like traditional men, but you don't want to act like traditional women. It's the double standard that I just get so fed up with.
Oh my
And
god!
even-
But how much do we have to deal with this?
between both
Right.
genders, who they truly are. I mean, how men typically get excited, since a lot of men have trouble getting women these days. Obviously, I mean, you know how excited they are just for how for just even a woman looking at you. For God's sake, that's how women fucking think.
No, I mean, not Chronic. I mean, like when you guys were talking about before about like,
I'm just saying, like,
female
they
nature.
get excited for the littlest things women
Hey,
do for us. I mean, they are like that way more than you think.
Yeah, but
Hey, pooping! Either talk closer into your mic or turn it up. I can't hear you.
okay. I'm on earbuds because otherwise I get echo.
Okay,
here.
yeah, I can hear you.
But all right, so my issue is that all right, there's an accountability with women, yes, absolutely. but we do need to reflect back to where men have allowed all of this to occur.
Exactly.
Why? Because we want to make them happy. We want to be in their good grace. By being in their good grace,
Never
we
put your
want to have access.
never put a woman's happiness, a bitch's happiness over yours. Period.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. But there is a large portion of men today, and I do blame it on the indoctrination that takes place in a very early stage with 95% female staff orientation, 18% of families have a biological intact mother and father. We have had decades of indoctrination and idealization of the genocentricity that we have in society today, and nobody really, in a large mass, is pushing back. However,
That's true. Yeah.
Wait a second, Poopy, while standing. Can you say that word again?
which word?
Gynocentrism.
Yeah, just the whole I call it the genocentric. The genocentric. I can't even say it right now because I'm drunk. Genocentric.
That's okay. We're all kind of buzzed.
Yeah.
No, let's.
No, it's that state or that mentality of which that we need to succumb in order to have access, instead of saying, you know what, like just the proverbial men are like islands. We build, we live on the area that we create, and women are like boats. They float around until they find the island that suits them best, until they get bored, and then they moved on, or they find maybe somebody else with a bigger island, and ooh, I wonder what that's like over there.
Yeah.
But I blame men for putting up with that. Like, and again, I'm one in which that I get so tired of where anything that happens, well, what did you do as a man? You didn't do this. And I get that, and I that whole double standard bothers me to a large extent. But I do blame where men have put up with this for far too long and have acquiesced to saying, you know what? Yeah, she's like I don't know what, 4 stones. I don't know what the English brothers use, but yeah, she's 190 pounds. She's 5'3". Hey, look around you. This is probably the best that I can get.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, you're making an excellent point, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Limits on yourself as a god. That's what happens. Because women literally see you as a god. If you're gonna fucking be lesser than a god to her, put her on top of you. Well,
hey, guys, right?
The simplest things, and it's really just boils down to just nature, bro.
Guys, we've all kind of listened to TFM, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know where the crazy train of female fuckery is going, right?
Yeah.
We cannot stop this train, right?
No.
Once we gave them the 19th, we cannot stop it. We are on. We can't control the train anymore. Our only option is what we've all done, is jump off the train. That's what MGTOW is, right? That's the road sign, right? We exited, right? Okay. And even if we tried to fix this, right? Even though we know it's going to go off a cliff.
The only way to fix it is to destroy it.
No, and they'll still blame us.
I wouldn't say like destroy it. I would just say exactly what MGTOW represents. Like, look, like we've analyzed the landscape, the ROI for us, for the effort that we have to put in, the sacrifices that we have to make. It's not worth it. We know that the woman that we're with, intrinsically, most men that have gone through MGTOW or the red pill rage or whatever, they come away going, okay, I thought she was different. I'm going to try another one. Well, okay, that was the same outcome. I'm going to try a third time or fourth, however many times, but ultimately it comes back to female nature unchecked. And whereas before we had religion, we had society, social shame, all of that is gone.
Yeah, it is. That's
it's
so wild.
Access.
Yeah.
So it's like you look at like what turd sandwich do I want to eat the most? The one with the less shit, which is
Oh my god,
basically.
Ike is here. Guys, hold on a second. Let me add Ike to the stream. Ike, oh my god. Hello.
Hey, I'm a little drunk, so I just decided
That's
to stop
okay,
on for a
Ike.
little bit.
Join the
We're
club,
all
man.
a little drunk. This is called Last Call with Polska. Welcome to the chat.
Perfect. Actually, let me bow out for a second and go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Oh, sure.
What's everybody drinking? I've got a High Life IPA
I got a
from
High Life.
Florida. Oh, High Life, right?
I have Kentucky bourbon.
Ooh, which
Douglas
love
is
bourbon.
going
Which one?
hardcore.
Four Roses?
Jim Beam. I wish I had
Jim Beam?
Four Roses. Hmm. But that's what I've been on for almost 6 months. Before that, I was, beer was really all I wanted. And I love beer. I'm a beer fanatic. But yeah, I've been on whiskey for, I guess, 6 months now. It's awesome. I'm loving
It's
it.
easy. It's easier on the gut, on the gut for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
I need to stop drinking or eating my.
Mhm.
Okay, you know what? I kind of want to get back to what Pooping While Standing said. I'm just going to call it PWS. Or I got to nickname you PWS because if we're going to talk in banter and stuff like that, it's got to be quick and we got to know who we're talking. I'm just going to call you P, right?
P. That's good. That's good.
Whatever
Or-
whatever you want and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
hey, I mean, well, I went under my regular, normal, my old YouTube channel name until I got banned for 3 months, over 3 months, like 3 months and a week, because I was on I think it was Roma Armies, but I'm not sure. I was on a couple of female content creators, and I just called out some women of their own actions and decisions and going, why do you think that now it's okay to not blame or hold yourself accountable? And you're
my
now,
god, that's their kryptonite. They will never hold themselves accountable.
well, I literally laid out what this person said and said, how do you not think that there's some type of onus of responsibility on you of the outcome? And I guess enough women flagged me and I got banned. I appealed. I got the standard like YouTube response of like your enforcement is still standing. And I'm like, I kept like, appealing like every couple of weeks going, I don't get this, guys. So after I finally got reinstated, I was like, I've got too much to lose. I had my first real name on there and then I changed it because I'm like, I've already been through this once at a previous job with women. I'm not going to go through this again. So
It's better to get nobody on the internet considering everything that's going on. I mean, even when it comes to fame, it's better to be anonymous. It's really coming to that because if you really understand the technology they have, if you even like just intercept voice and literally if they had our face, that like, if you haven't seen deep fake footage before, yeah.
Oh my god, I could think of somebody who's up right now. Easy's got to be up right now. Let's see if they can share the link.
So I've thought about like not using my name, but it's kind of out there now. So
It is what it is.
the cool thing
Well,
is,
hey.
If anybody wants to like deep fake anything that I do, I have an identical twin brother that hates me, so it's not going to be that hard.
Come on, Ike. Nate hates you.
No, he doesn't hate me, but he'd probably do it just to fuck with me.
Ike, my brother, my older brother, him and I look like twins, but I am like 10 feet taller than he is.
And I've seen you. You're actually not even 10 feet tall, so yes.
No, my brother is like 4 or 5.
Shit, damn. That's like what, like shoulder height at that point?
Yeah, I know. No, but that's fine. I love my brother. For a long time, we did not get along. We used to fight, like physically, for a long time. And me and my brother have been cool for a long time. In fact, my brother and I share an apartment and have lived long and in cohesion with each other for a long time.
So you're currently living with your brother right now.
Yeah, yeah. In
Okay,
our
that's
studio apartment. Yeah.
You live in a studio with your brother? I couldn't even do that with my twin. Holy shit!
No, it's a big ass apartment in second floor of a bungalow in
But
Chicago, and my
it's a
go ahead.
studio.
No, no, it's not a studio. It's a
You
big
said it
ass
was.
apartment.
You said studio. Studio means something different.
No, no, it's that means something different in Chicago. It's not like a New York a studio where it's like a kitchen, a bedroom, and no, this is like five. This is like two bedrooms, three front rooms, a
So
kitchen, bathroom.
you each have at least your own bedroom.
Yeah, right. And I have
Okay.
my own studio back here where
So
broadcast.
Polska. All right, enough of this like chit chat. How close are you to 3 Mile Drive?
3 mile drive. What do you mean?
Yeah, it isn't the main. I was being facetious, but like women want to know where you live in order to find out what your income is. Blah blah blah. 3 Mile Drive, or like what's the long like waterfront along Chicago that the Millionaire Row? Is it 12 Mile Drive? I don't know. Maybe I'm anyway.
It's about 5 miles, and I am right by Midway Airport where Ike was at
Oh,
2 weeks
so you
weekends
lived
ago.
near where we were staying.
I live within a half mile.
Oh, cool. Well, that's cool.
I walked to you guys hotel room.
I remember you knocking on the door before we started the podcast.
Yeah, no, I literally live within a half a mile of Midway Airport.
That's cool, man. I've
Hey,
been
Bob,
to
look,
O'Hare, but
I was busting your chops about that because I
Yeah,
get so
that's fine.
tired of like
That's
like
fine.
where do you live, like what do you do, and then of course they can see your car, and I do all right for myself, but I just get so tired of the I mean, it literally feels like when you go on a date nowadays, I almost feel like I'm talking to a DA or the police. Like I have to be so guarded with what I say. I can't be
I can see
myself.
that. I can see that.
And I'm like, and
Like
part of
you
me is
should
like,
have your lawyer present.
yeah, exactly. It's like,
You got a lawyer on retainer just for that.
yeah, it's part of like I have my CCA lawyer on retainer in case I ever had to shoot somebody like that poor fucking bodega owner in New York
yeah,
City.
Oh
Oh
Yeah,
my
my
god!
I heard about that. I heard about that.
I'm like, and if it wasn't for the public outcry, that guy's bail would not have been reduced from 500 to
he
50,000.
got bailed out like
and he
Well,
didn't do anything
quick.
wrong.
No, it
he
was
didn't do
only
anything.
because
Yeah,
the
It's
DA.
all. That was in New York, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it
New
was.
York. New York doesn't want you to defend yourself against the fucking government.
right.
$500,000 bail for, and he was,
You might,
if it wasn't caught on videotape,
you might as
different
well
outcome
be a
probably.
fucking criminal just
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
from your own house. You might as well just leave your house pretending you're a criminal, and then you just come to the crime scene and be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
right.
serious.
I mean, no, you're right. I mean, this guy was a serial repeat offender. It's not like the police didn't know or the DA didn't know his previous drug or criminal charges, but the fact that a law-abiding citizen had to defend himself.
How about the Fries incident? Those fucking bitches.
Oh,
I saw that. Fuck off with that.
You're going
shit.
to charge me $1.25? I'm going to do $20,000 worth of damage to your restaurant. And thank God, I was so shocked that they actually got arrested. I was like,
wait, they got arrested? I didn't
Yes.
hear
Yeah.
any follow up at all.
yep. I was shocked. I'm like, here we go. Now will they do the same time as a man? No, they won't.
No, they're not going to do that, but also because they're colored. And I said colored. They're not going to do any kind of time because
Well,
they
not just
are.
that. Like
They
they
didn't
are
know any
plus.
better.
They are plus too.
Maybe I'm just weird and I'm just like rooting for that type of shit. Not where I live, but like on those more liberal coasts, just to go ahead and just burn it down. I'm
You
just
don't
kind of
want
rooting for it. Just burn it down.
you don't want dog. The only thing I thought of when I was watching that video is if I was an employee at that back row, as soon as she stepped behind the line, I would have grabbed her by the fucking neck and knocked her the fuck out.
Yeah.
And knocked her the fuck out.
One of the things I saw on Twitter, somebody posted a picture. Somebody posted a picture from the video. Just below, under the counter, was a fire extinguisher. Had they just grabbed that and just sprayed the fuck out of them, it would have just
I
ended
did
the
see that.
entire incident. It would have ended the entire incident just instantly.
Without altercation or engagement. Exactly. It's almost like,
Yeah.
So there were two lesbians. I was at a football game last year. There were two lesbians going at it, and there were other men trying to get involved to kind of separate them.
Wait, this isn't a good kind of lesbians.
Wait, hold on. This needs clarification. Were they
Going at it, fighting, not
fighting?
sexy time, right? Fighting,
Okay.
not sexy time.
Yeah, we need
Oh
to
no,
clear this up.
they were dueling blows.
Oh
Like
wow.
And
pulling hair.
my question is, how do we know they were lesbians? Did they announce their sexual orientation? Because apparently
hey,
that's apparently a
Come
thing
on,
now.
Ike. Let pooping tell the story.
You're right. Like if our Supreme Court justice can't even define what a woman, you're right. I don't know if they were lesbians, but they certainly. It's like Dave Chappelle's skit.
They held their.
I may look like a cop. I may dress like a cop.
But
So
I
they-
ain't a cop.
They held themselves in a way that they assimilated to like the lesbian lifestyle.
That was my take. And they were
Okay.
fucking going at it.
I'm-
And there were guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I just need to verify because like
That's
I don't
okay.
need to
Ike.
verify because I have to
everything,
verify.
Context is paramount in
Yeah,
today's
right. Context.
reality. It's like context. No. What about my truth? No, I don't give a fuck about your truth.
Yeah.
I do not care
Yeah.
how you feel.
What's
Irrelevant.
functional.
Oh, so
Um,
anyway, so these two were like just going at it, and these other guys were like trying to intervene as much as irregardless of they were lesbian, straight, whatever. I mean, nobody really cares nowadays, right? Just don't throw it on her face. But regardless, these two ladies were going at it. Who knows what tipped them off or whatever? And these guys were trying to go in and trying to separate them, and they were getting beat to shit. Like they were having slaps and finally the police came, and of course the first thing that they did was separate the men who were trying to de-escalate and calm the situation down, because their first roll up was these guys. It's a DV between two different parties. Maybe a man had some type of altercation with another woman, and another woman stepped in. So they were sat down, separated, and these two lesbians there, they started to proclaim that, well, yeah, we had an issue there, but everybody tried to escalate this, and it was all for their own benefit. And I'm like, I went over to one of the cops and said, look, man, I was here, didn't see the first start of it, but let me tell you, this is my story. You can go around and ask other people if it's congruent with it. But no, these two were in it for each other. These two men, they are innocent. They came in, they try to separate it. It's wrong for you to try and label them as potential whatever accessories or whatever to violence, or I don't know whatever they would want to charge them.
Like accessories to battery. something.
So
like
Yeah,
that.
there's a police procedure that they use, and there's
Yeah, it's
title-
called it's called the
Duluth model. Yeah.
yeah, the Duluth
Yeah,
model. Yes.
we are all well familiar with it in the MGTOW community, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, I had it implemented on me and my quote unquote domestic violence, where I threw water on my ex-wife because I was getting
Oh, I
hit.
remember you telling the story, pooping.
Oh,
Actually.
ridiculous.
Technically can be construed
I'm
as
gonna hop off right now, but it was great hearing from you guys. We'll definitely talk again soon, though.
Hey, Chronic, thanks for joining in, man. I'll let you out.
Yeah, no problem. Take it easy. Peace out.
Hey, take it easy, Chronic.
See you, Chronic.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch, man.
For sure.
Hey, is Chronic the guy that you had on your channel, Bob, from California?
Yes, that's
Okay,
him.
gotcha. I didn't
Yeah,
didn't recognize.
and pooping. He's the guy who was originally from here, and he's one of my second YouTuber I met in real life.
Nice.
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
just
Go
slight
ahead.
dumb question.
I'm gonna
I
take a
can't see.
quick
I can't
little
see
smoke
names.
break, and I'll tell the
to
story,
know.
all right?
I can't see names. I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Uh,
So
Doug Edwards pooping while standing.
I got pooping up in the other corner. Who's that?
Doug.
Doug Edwards.
Okay, Doug. Okay, cool.
And
It's a pleasure
Doug,
meeting
that's
all. It's
Ike.
a pleasure
There you
meeting
go.
all of you. My name's Ike.
I've been on streams with you, Ike.
Okay, like I've been drunk before on streams as well.
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
the thing is, I recognize your voice. I just didn't see a name to put with a face.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Hey, Ike, do me a favor.
What's up?
Go out and like slap the shit out of Ike or Tina.
I was about to leave because I spilled most of my drink on the floor. I'm gonna go get another beer in a second.
All right, we'll come back, man. Oh no, Ike, no, that was Chronic. I meant to say that too. Anyway, but yes, still applies to you too, Ike. 'Cause you got the surname.
No,
Yeah,
I
no.
went and got a signed book from what was it? Max Brooks. I got Max Brooks to sign a book of mine because he wrote the zombie survival guide.
Yeah, I love.
And
that.
I have a signed copy of the zombie survival guide that says, "Ike, where's Tina?"
Nice.
So the guy that wrote World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide, that is the son of Mel Brooks, the director.
Really? Did not know.
Yeah,
that.
it's the same. Like they're related, and so like he wrote a lot of really great zombie fiction, and so like I was really mad that they fucked up World War Z with the way they did it.
Yeah,
The
it was bad. Yeah.
The book was really good. The audio book was even better because the book was written in like a journal style, and the audio book they had different people like doing the different journal entries for whoever who was doing it. They also included Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill was one of the guys that lent his voice to the audiobook. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail whatever was happening. It's like conversation just happens.
That series of books I've fallen asleep to multiple times and had to go back and re-listen to what I have not. And of course, I've read like the books originally, but when they came out on YouTube, and find them online.
So, do I call you pooping or standing?
Just like PWS. I mean, like that whole moniker. I was telling Polska, so I was a little bit worried about getting doxxed from my previous episode of getting banned and feeling like the heat was on me, like we're gonna go after you for your comments of accountability. So I changed my YouTube moniker to well, let's just say that my son Hunter gave me a lot of inspiration for who I am today.
So the picture on your thing, that's not you, is it?
It's not me. No, that was a guy that I met in Portugal back in 2019. prior to the COVID pandemic, and this guy was a trip. I don't know. I would say he's probably like in mid 60s, maybe late 60s. This guy was he was a blast.
He looks like a fun guy.
Oh, like this girl. I mean, she was part of our group or whatever. I went out to Porto, like wine tour, and we drank a whole bunch of port or whatever. This guy was one of the locals that was at a bar, and he wound up with us for the rest of the day because this girl kind of took a fancy to him. Because I mean, he was a very gregarious, just fun guy,
flamboyant.
Just not flamboyant in the gay sense, but just
flamboyant doesn't necessarily mean gay.
Well,
hey, Ike, can you do me a favor and type into the chat? I want to hand you a wrench.
Oh, wait, give me a second. I actually have to pull you up through a different means. Give me a second. Keep going. I'm going to pull this up right now.
No, hey, hey, Polska. Just gotta ask you, MGTOW Cowboy. I know you guys have been out drinking many times, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he have a wrench?
Because he doesn't know how to fucking use two systems at the same time, and his screen is broken. I've been telling him.
All right, so I thought there's a little bit of like how do you call it?
There you go.
A little bit of not a beef, but a little bit of like a jab. Kind of like
him and I constantly jab at each other all the time. Because it's a north side, south side kind of thing.
No, it's the way that like brothers like, hey, if we don't talk about you, that means you're irrelevant to us. If we give you shit, we care about you.
I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run out and get another drink. I'll be right back.
Okay, Ike, you got wrenched, by the way.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'll be right back. I guess.
No, but pooping that's like a regular thing we do here on the south side, and just like in the nature of being in Chicago. Like Cowboy is a north sider. He's not even from Chicago, actually. He's from the second ring, he's from Chicagoland. Like if he would walk into a party and say, hey, I'm from Chicagoland, and I'm like, hey, what's your address? And you tell me your address, and I'd be like, you ain't from fucking Chicago. You're from Chicagoland. That's kind of like, we break each other's balls kind of stuff like that. But hey, Cowboy and I, as much as we kind of go at each other and stuff like that, him and I will always be really good friends because we're from here and we know what it's like to, be a part of what the fuck we constantly have to go through.
Hey, Polska. Now, I'm not saying that to I was more giving you rib or thinking that, all right, so it was more of a confirmation of the way that men interact. I mean, literally, if men don't give a shit about you, they don't want to interact with you at all. And if we have some type of semblance of, relationship or respect, it's more of like, well, we're going to challenge that. So give you shit, give you challenges or call your shit out or say you're full of shit, whatever. So I get it. I found it funny.
Okay, pooping. Did you pick up on that? That him and I kind of go at each other like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like brotherly love, man. I mean, you love your brothers, but you also get.
Oh yeah, you give them hell.
I mean, I look at it. It's more of like
and I toss him wherever he doesn't have a wrench. Just break balls.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, these guys everybody else has a wrench. I'm seeing a sea of blue, and then I see MGTOW. I'm like, oh, I just kind of want to know, is that a slight dig? Like you're not worthy, all in good fun, man.
No,
Cool.
but you know what? Pooping. I understand where you're coming from. Is because on Cowboy's channel, nobody has any wrenches at all. It's because
Yes,
Cowboy can't figure out how to use two devices at the same time, and I could help him with that. And I actually did try to. I was there physically in his apartment a couple times when we did, you know, a
like
couple of
carnal
his.
knowledge of one another. Yeah. Okay.
No, not that. But when we, it wasn't gay like that. But
Fag.
he just doesn't. He's just not that tech savvy.
Well,
I just figured.
And I tried to
I've
help
met
him out with it, and he's
I've
like,
met
"Why can't you figure this
Cowboy.
out?" And I'm like, and I
Cowboy
was just like,
actually,
"Cowboy."
no, from what I gather from the 2 times I met him, yeah, no, he's not tech savvy at all.
He's got the gift of gab. I'll give him that, and he's really good with interviews.
Yes. Yes. I was. Yeah. Polska. I was going to say.
He's kind of
Like-
more
like
on
a
the
Barbara
journalistic
Walters.
side of it and stuff like that. To me, personally, like how I interact with you guys, I just kind of let it all flow in. And we kind of talk about whatever the fuck is what we want to go on about. But Cowboy is more journalistic, and he's really good at that.
Yeah. I would agree.
I
He's
commend him
also
on that.
in his defense as well. He also has a really great voice.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, it's better than mine. My voice is grating, especially to
It's
me.
not. Hey, it's not the quality of hamsters. I mean, that guy has a voice for radio.
Yeah,
so
he's
obviously
not.
he was.
He's not on the lines of like human or hamster.
Hamster was on radio at one point, though.
But Cowboy has got this. He's got this thing where he kind of just like he can kind of disarm people and get right down to the grit of what he wants to get. That's a beautiful gift. That's not something that is taught. It's something you're born with. And that's the reason why him and I kind of got really good friends is because he kind of just disarms people with his questions and how he goes about things and how he asks things. Like myself, I'm a fucking jagoff, right? I was an asshole. I just grew bigger and
Understatement of the year.
but Cowboy has something completely different that I don't have, which I really envy about him. And he's good at what he does, but he's missing some things. Like he can't stand there and break balls with Southsiders as much as and I've actually seen this happen in real life when he's at my South Side bar, where he just talks to people that he has no business talking to, and then all of a sudden I gotta step in and say, hey, "Cowboy, back off a second, all right?
He's
not in
you know
your
what?
right environment."
I look at. I've only watched probably maybe 9 or 10 of his interviews with other MGTOWs, and he's very pointed. And sometimes that being that direct or being that like, I want to crack through that veneer that you're presenting, which is a great interview.
Dak
but
is here.
it
Dak,
can
get in here.
Oh, what's up, One Fast? But it can be a little bit off-settling to people that are not normally challenged.
It's like people have their own talents and how they go about doing things. And guys, I'm sure you probably have your own preconceptions of me and how I go about doing things, right? I mean, I can pop off at 2 a.m. and I can draw, 8 or 10 of you guys in, no problem. And we can talk till fucking, nobody's end, right?
After meeting you in person, Everything makes a lot of sense now.
I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
Oh, no.
Like, but
Good thing. Good thing. Good
elaborate.
thing. Good thing.
Yeah, you know, and I know I haven't met any of you guys in person, but I'm kind of behind this screen. I'm a little more introverted, but when I'm out amongst people, I can be more extroverted. I can talk to anybody, and I think at least that, you know. Anyhow,
Doug, I even drew you out your own camera to hang out with us. I don't know how many times. It's been at least 4 or 5 times.
yeah. I just like if I stumbled into the hangout that happened, I would, you know, I'm very more like interpersonal that way. If that makes sense, like I can kind of flow better. I can crack jokes better and be a little bit more loose.
Well, you know what? I don't know if I can say this about me, but I tend to be more charismatic and stuff like that, and maybe that's why I connect with so many of like people on all across the manosphere and the wrenches I have and stuff like that. And I can just jump on a channel and everybody's like, "Oh, Polska Bob's here," and I'm like, "Hey, you know who the fuck I am?" And
Yeah.
it's just it's that's kind of weird to me, but it is what it is. You know, I kind of just go with the flow.
So, with that, Polska, one of the challenges that I have is that I am extremely extroverted. You know, no clap on my back, but that's just who I could literally. I find enjoyment talking to people that I don't know, in which to maybe gain an understanding of something that I don't know from their perspective.
Hmm.
The problem is I run into trouble when I challenge them with their beliefs that don't really coincide with reality or
Yeah.
facts or logic or reason. And then I become the asshole because I challenge them going, yeah, but what about this like double standard? Like, all right, perfect example. I don't know if I told this before, but 2 Fridays ago, I was walking up to the pool. It's
Oh my god,
Friday.
this is gonna be trouble. I already know it's gonna be trouble.
Oh, yes.
Dak,
So,
join into the chat here. I'm gonna post that. You're on whatever mountain time or West Coast.
Canadian.
Yeah, we need some
Quebec
Canadian time.
Canada.
Canadia, which is like a yeast growth, but anyway. So I'm just walking up to the pool. You know, it was hot out. I've been working all day, and I just wanted to go and relax. So I had one of those like Yeti cups or Arctic or like the silver metal cups or whatever. And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean I drink beer. I wash it, but there's beer stone that gets in there. I mean I drink IPAs primarily, and there's a chemical reaction with stainless steel. You find it in breweries all the time. And after the third time, when she was like, "That is so disgusting. Why don't you clean that?" I'm like, I already tried to explain to you the chemical reaction. You literally, unless I got barkeeper's friend out and cleaned it out and scrubbed it, which I don't care. And I kept telling her, like, look, it doesn't affect you. I don't care. It's
Why do
clean.
you care?
Exactly what I told her. I was like, why are you so obsessed with what I'm drinking out of? It doesn't affect you. So I said, you know what? Are you in favor of, the whole Roe versus Wade? My boy. No, I actually,
Oh
I
my
was like,
god, that must have triggered her.
That is
well-
that is a very bold choice to make that question.
well,
That's
I was fed up at this point. I'm like, I'm literally yards away from getting into the pool, and you're interrupting me my zone. And I just said, I didn't ask her about Roe versus Wade. I said, are you in favor of like, or what's your thoughts on my body, my choice? Oh, absolutely. I'm like, so you don't see a correlation to the fact that it's my body, my choice. It's my body in which that I drink something in which that you find disgusting. It's
Okay,
clean.
Okay,
clean.
pooping. Which double standard did you pull on her? My
Ah,
body,
well,
my choice.
we're
Did you pull the
working on it.
facts
So-
on her?
Calm down.
So
Calm down, Bob. Calm down.
hold
We're
on,
working
hold
on
on.
it.
I'll finish it.
Okay,
So-
I'm
so
gonna
my-
have another beer.
All right.
Calm
You there?
down.
All right. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but so my response to her is like, so if you're in favor of my body, my choice, what do you think about the vaccine mandates? Which I knew that she was one of these, like, proverbial, well, yeah. Actually, she was. I mean, she is. She's on her way. And here, I'll so I'm like, the whole vaccine mandate. Oh, that's different. And she literally got so upset. She's like, how dare you compare the two? They are so unrelated, dissimilar. I'm like, how is that? I'm just trying to understand. How is that dissimilar?
Question.
Um,
Question.
I
Though.
need to walk away from this because did you bust out the double standard? That
No, I think it's so brilliant because,
I'm,
like,
I'm curious. I'm curious. How is
I,
it different?
I need a smoke break.
I want to see what he has to say about how it's different. What is the difference between my body, my choice for abortion and my body, my choice for the vaccine?
Well, and I think that's what got her so triggered. Like literally, she was shaking. She was so upset. And she was like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you about this. The fact that you can't see the difference between that. And while she was walking away, I just said, Deborah, Thomas.
Oh my
Sowell,
God, her name was Deborah. You didn't call her Karen.
I should have.
No,
So
but
I just said, Deborah, one of my favorite authors that I think that you could learn a lot from is Thomas Sowell. Emotions are a useful servant, but a terrible master.
but
And
you haven't answered my question. What's the difference between my body, my choice for abortion and my
There is
body,
none.
my choice for? So there's no difference.
No, it is bodily autonomy and personal decision and accountability with that.
So you agree that women should be able to just abort children willy nilly, no matter what?
Nope, not at all.
So, my body, my choice when it comes to COVID-19 vaccinations is more bodily autonomy than abortion.
Well, so I think we need to define when does life occur. At what point?
That is a very good question. I love having this conversation.
Literally, is it? I mean, we know that there have been preemies that have lived after 22 weeks.
Yes.
Without modern technology, yeah, they would have died. But because we have modern technology, if we didn't, would we then say that a fetus that is at 26 is not a human or not an entity? It's only because of modern technology that men have created that has allowed that to take place. So the problem that I have is that, like, I'm not opposed to abortion when you know that that fetus is going to endanger the child. It is not going to come to fruition. I have such an just abhorrent aspect of where women utilize abortion as a means of a 13th or 15th birth control.
What's the percentage? Let me fucking silence my phone. What's the percentage of people that when they put down why they do their abortion? And so you have elective, you have for medical reasons, and then whatever. There's like 90% of abortions are put down with none of the above.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry, pooping.
No, go ahead, man.
I heard a statistic for it. For I don't know, Ike, if you're going towards the ones who are of rape or of incest, but it's actually less than 2%.
Well, no, the rape and
less
incest,
than 2% of
the
the
rape
U.S. population.
The
is
rape and
why
incest,
they're having abortions.
The rape and incest options were like less than 2%. That has nothing to do with the question I just asked.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Because like almost 80% of abortions in America are put down for none of the above when it comes down to an elective or anything else. And so most abortions, like they put down rape, incest, and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
They can elect for that. Most abortions, 80 to 90% of abortions in America are none of the above and no option given.
So the study that I read out of Florida, and of course people will be like, "Oh my God, Florida,
Florida
conservative
man.
states, right?"
Florida is the only one that keeps the numbers, right? We-
Well,
we've
yes,
gone
you're
through-
right, Polska. That's
Yeah.
also what I
Bob,
read. Where
Bob is
they-
correct. They do keep
they
a lot of
require
numbers on a
that.
lot of things.
So the
Yeah,
the
they're the
rape
only ones.
incest was 0.1%. The NA
It's-
did
it-
not
I-
disclose.
Ike is right. It's like it's point or like 3%. 3%. And the others are just all bullshit. And they use abortion as a means of birth control.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Which
And it's fucking
look,
murder.
if we didn't have at least 12 different options for women, I might be a little bit more, yeah, you can
Pooping,
try the
it's-
rhythm.
They have 28 birth control options before abortion, and then they have plan B after.
Well, yeah, well, and well, I've heard like, again, I'd have to go back and look at it, but at least 12, and that's not including the Safe Harbor Act, giving it up for adoption. They've got multiple aspects where they could make that decision if they were responsible or accountable, but they're not. I mean,
Yeah, because
many of them look at it as it's a payday.
Yeah, because accountability is women's kryptonite, right?
They love it like a snail loves salt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this: the MGTOW community is about men going their own way and whatnot, but a lot of the men in the community are all about just having free sex, and the overturning of Roe v. Wade is probably going to put an end to that because they have
The women that want to
have
overturn
to have
that are
account-
not
you
the
have-
women. We don't.
you have to have accountability.
How do you
for-
figure, Ike? How do
What
you
do
figure,
what do you
Ike?
mean
Seriously.
how figure?
First of all, 80% of all females are chasing after fucking 10%, 5% of men. Okay, the bottom half of all men are unattractive to all females. Period. All right.
Well,
We don't have the choice. You don't have the choice. You can't go out and bang a 10.
no, I'm never
No
gonna
matter
bang
how
it.
much
I'm
money
never
you
gonna
have.
bang a 10, but there's like 7s and 8s that are available, and some of
Right.
those like 6 or 7s are definitely
Well-
going to try to hook it up.
I don't mean to cut anybody off here, but I don't see the Roe v. Wade thing as a win at all. If anything, it's only going to produce more single motherhood in the country, because of female narcissism and the I'm strong, independent, I don't need no
Doug
man
is right.
attitude they already have. They're just going to get knocked up and bringing more children out of wedlock anyway.
Doug is
Um,
right.
And that's going to
Like-
put more pressure on the welfare state, which is crippling our country as it is. So, no, and actually, the only thing that happened, the liberal states can still have abortions. Nothing, it just got turned over to the states.
No, it just means
I mean-
a lot of people are going to be moving out of Texas and back to fucking California.
Good, because
I-
that's where
I-
those rat bastards should go.
The only thing that Roe v. Wade did is that the red states or the blue states can still keep killing their babies.
So
And the red states
it
will
removed.
not.
So Roe v. Wade, overturning Roe v. Wade, removed the option and gave it back to the states where it should be. The entire idea that they're using the 14th Amendment the Privacy Amendment to tell people that they can kill their children, I'm okay with that. That it got overturned. It should be to the states because there's no amendment that says you should be allowed to
Hey,
kill your unborn child.
hey,
The whole entire thing.
Can I stop you right here? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ever since Roe v. Wade has been enacted, it's been about 60 years now, maybe 70, closing
60,
in on
yeah.
70 years, right?
They were using precedents
And-
to
In,
say
in
that overturned
70 years, in 70 years, women have killed more babies than all of men throughout history.
It gets even better than that because most Planned Parenthood places are put into underprivileged communities, which are black communities, and so we've killed more black people than fucking Chicago.
Well, that is Margaret Sanger and her fucking and her
Margaret
own-
Sanger was a fucking racist and a eugenicist.
Yes, we know that, right? So again, I'm gonna say this again: Roe versus Planned Parenthood, abortion. Women have killed more humans than all of men combined in history.
I'm not trying to say that overturning Roe v. Wade was a bad thing. I'm just trying to give a slight alternate opinion to what you guys are talking about. Because I can do that. I can do that. That's what I do.
Ike Pooping and Doug. Have you guys ever heard of a show called Kate Daly? She used to be on like MSNBC or whatnot. And she had a radio show. And she had a radio show kind of like along the lines of Alex Jones and whatnot. And she did a video, okay? And in her video, she represented BB guns, right? And and she went all throughout the wars in history, and it would be BB guns fired, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
who's heard this, Doug?
I've never heard of this before.
Or was it you pooping?
No. Continue.
Okay.
Never heard of this. I'm curious.
Okay, well, she did a little thing when she fired BB guns and each BB gun would represent like 1,000 people killed during the Civil War, all the wars throughout history. Okay, and she went through every single war, and each one went between like 5 and 10 seconds long, right? Throughout all of men's wars throughout history. And then she did one in World War II where it went about like 10 seconds long. And then she did one for Planned Parenthood and all the aborted babies. And you want to know how long that went?
From
Minutes.
is this from the
Each baby representing 1,000 babies.
No, so this is from the beginning of Planned Parenthood up until current.
No, this is from the beginning of history to
Okay.
Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood, it went on for almost 3 minutes long.
I was going to say, like, on average, 800,000 babies are aborted every year. So divided by 1,000, that would be 80,000 seconds. What is that? Over an hour of straight firing.
Women have killed more fucking babies.
Which Polska, like I get, like my body, my choice. All right, all right. It's kind of like going. If I go into an apartment, I live there. This is my domicile, my place, my choice. No, you don't live. You don't own it, right? You're renting. Much like a baby is renting your womb until it becomes fruitioned, right? Just because it doesn't pop out and therefore constitutes life. Like we can go and look at Mars and go, we found bacteria, that's life. But a fetal cell a heartbeat,
That is a
a
very good.
brain,
That's a very good point.
and therefore, well, that's different. No, I mean, this is what I get so incensed about liberals. Like correlation and analogies to them are lost. You could say, all right, it's not distinct of a congruent connection, but there is a basis of semblance of which that there is a cause and effect. And most women just go into their fucking female hive mind of like, this is my truth. This is how I feel. I
Yeah,
think
they're like
mirror.
Borg.
That's
Yes, it's
right.
a hive
That's
mind, and much like when I challenged her, like, oh, are you in favor of my body, my yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
hey,
But
guys, real quick, I'm gonna end the broadcast because we're at an hour and 30 anyway. But if you guys want to hang backstage, and I'll try not to kick myself off, we can keep talking. All right.
right.
all
On.
right.
All right.
Hey, for
right.
all you mayonnaise monkeys that are loving this stream, oh, evil, nice to join. Um,
Oh,
we'll see you
Hermit's
guys
here,
on.
and you know what?
No,
You know
just
what? Let's give Hermit, if you want to join in real quick, do it real quick before I end the broadcast. It should still be pinned. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it's there.
hey, one
Yeah,
thing
because
I
I
don't
don't
know,
want to
like
lose anybody.
when the one thing that I would say about Evil's plan, or Hermit's plan to move to the Big Island, man, like
I
if
love.
shit goes down, like dude, you got to have boats coming in. That's the one thing that I kept thinking. I get it. Got a good friend of mine from college that she moved back here for her family, but man, that's the one thing I'm just not sure I would feel confident if things go down the way that Klaus Schwab wants it to.
Oh
Man,
my
you
god,
better
we
be
need. Yeah.
completely self-sufficient.
All right, guys. He hasn't jumped in, so I'm gonna end the broadcast, and we'll all be backstage at this point. All right.
All right.
Thank you guys.